And this comes after 9 schools total across the valley have had cancellations or disruptions due to a number of teacher absences this month.
And today, an unexpected number of teacher callouts forced 4 more schools to cancel classes. That brings us to that total of 9. Shauna Kalafi is live in studio now with reaction from parents. Shauna?
Yeah, and a lot of students feeling the impact across the valley today. So these are the 4 schools that were forced to cancel classes due to teacher absences: Rogich Middle School, Southwest Career and Technical Academy, Woolley Elementary, as well as Twitchell Elementary in Henderson. So all 4 corners of the valley affected by this today. And parents tell us they didn't even know that the classes were going to be canceled until about 30 minutes before drop-off. We stopped by all 4 of these schools this afternoon. We saw empty parking lots, almost no cars there, as students were forced to stay home or find another way to occupy their day today. Parents we spoke to, some also frustrated that they had to find last-minute accommodations for their kids.
This is a community issue. This is not just about the teachers and the district. This is impacting the entire community. It's impacting families. It's impacting students. It's impacting parents who have to take off work or make different arrangements. And so, let's resolve this. This is ridiculous.
We spoke to another parent at another school who says that the teachers deserve a raise, and if this is how they're going to make that happen, then he supports this.
They need to pay and negotiate a contract. Everybody else is taken care of. However, the teachers are not. They're the most important resource we have in this community, and I don't know why they're not paying the teachers. So if they have to do this sort of thing, then I'm fine with it.
And during last week's school closures, the union sent a statement to Fox 5 saying that the teacher callouts were not associated in any way with CCEA actions now or in the future. Mike and Kim.